Good morning. Today is Monday, October 16th. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. NPR has learned President Biden is delaying a trip to Colorado that he had planned for today. Instead, Biden will remain at the White House to participate in national security meetings as the conflict between Israel and Hamas militants continues. There's still no word on the status of the border crossing in southern Gaza. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said yesterday that it would open to allow humanitarian relief aid to reach Palestinians and to let Americans trapped in Gaza get out into Egypt. White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby.
Part of the reason was Hamas was putting up roadblocks and refusing to let people even approach the gate. So again, we're going to work on this very, very hard with both Israel and Egypt. We want to see safe passage for people that want to get out.
He spoke to Weekend All Things Considered. It's not clear that the crossing has yet opened. Secretary Blinken is back in Israel today for meetings with leaders. The head of the World Health Organization says Gaza is suffering from a, quote, humanitarian and public health catastrophe. NPR's Ari Daniel reports this comes amid Israel's continuing response to Hamas militants who attacked more than a week ago.
Hospitals across Gaza are overwhelmed with the increasing number of patients needing urgent treatment for injuries caused by Israel's ongoing bombardment. Dr. Hassan Abu Sitta is a plastic surgeon usually based in London. For the last week, he's been at Al-Auda Hospital in Gaza.
There are patients on mattresses on the floors everywhere, and there are over 200 patients who need to go to the operating room and can't because more critically ill patients are taking precedence.
Abu Sitta says each day the hospital's tearing through medical supplies that should last a month and a half. The WHO says Gaza needs, quote, the immediate and safe delivery of food, medical supplies, and other humanitarian aid. Ari Daniel, NPR News.
France is at its highest level of alert following the fatal stabbing of a teacher at a high school in the north of the country. Police say the attack was by a former student at the school who was described as an Islamist radical. NPR's Eleanor Beardsley reports.
A 20-year-old Chechen has been arrested in the school attack, and French Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin suggested there could be a link with the violence in the Middle East, though investigators have yet to announce a motive. Several Paris tourist destinations were evacuated briefly Saturday amidst bomb threats, and 7,000 French soldiers have been deployed to protect sensitive venues. Paris's historic Jewish quarter, the Marais, still seemed bustling, but kosher restaurant manager Romain Laudet says people are jittery.
Since the war started in Israel, it's kind of bit different, it's very quiet. People are scared to come out. It's very hard at the moment.
The French government has banned all pro-Palestinian demonstrations for fear they could spark violence. Eleanor Beardsley, NPR News.
Business in the House of Representatives continues to be frozen because there's no speaker. Congressman Jim Jordan won a GOP leadership election last week, but appears to still be far short of the votes he needs to win the speakership election. House Republicans are expected to meet and talk later today. You're listening to NPR News.